So you quickly learn when you buy an RV that there are 3 things that are mandatory, or feel mandatory. The first one is you have to start a social media presence, such as a YouTube channel. Mandatory thing number 1. The second thing is you have to wear baseball caps all the time. Number 2. And the third thing is in this box. Ta-da! I bought a 100 amp hour lithium Battleborn battery. This isn't sponsored, they didn't pay me, nothing, this is my own money. I keep looking at all the setups so that you can get inverters and all of this lot, and honestly I'm not quite sure how people afford that in one hit. Obviously they save up and there's various people who are sponsored, but I did realise that if I did a whole bunch of calculations, and I realised that if we wanted to boondock for a weekend with just the 12 volts, so obviously your trailer has the 120 or 110 main power and your 12 volt, if we wanted to survive on just the 12 volt, then a single Battleborn battery will easily last us for a few days. So we have a few more things than other people. I have my router, which is 12 volt. I have our Smart Things app, which has sensors around the trailer for temperature and things like that if we leave the dogs. We have a whole bunch of other things set up. I would charge my laptop off it. I would charge our phones. I did buy something else to go with it too, which is a battery monitor. So this is the best one that they have. This is the BMV-712. A lot of people have these. I think they're great. A lot of people have the batteries. I think they're great. But I'm going to be honest, I've only bought the one and the battery monitor. I would love to upgrade to the full solar. I just can't warrant the cost right now. So I want to try this and see if this is worth buying just a single battery and a single battery monitor for the occasional boondocking. So apparently this just switches straight out from the normal battery that you have. So I'm going to go and do that. I'm going to plug in the battery monitor, try and get this set up. Hopefully it's simple, it shouldn't take me very long, and then we need to find somewhere to go boondocking to test it, Natalie. Yay.
Looking forward to being hot with bugs again.
We'll find somewhere without the bugs.
Thank you.
Right, let's go do it. Okay, so I've measured the new battery and I've measured this one, and it will fit in this place. It will fit in the battery carry. I know a lot of people store them either under the bed or in the storage bay, but I'd like to just put this in where it is now, replace it like for like right now, and then maybe I'll look at moving it at another day. But all the wiring is here, it's nice and easy. I just need to disconnect and reconnect. Let me show you the storage bay. You can see the battery wires, they just run straight up underneath the front hood, and actually hopefully you can see this, they run across here, so they run behind this board. It is pretty well wedged in there. RVs get a bad rap for being badly built, but I guess they have to balance weight with quality, so that's not always the easiest thing to do. So I can see behind here, before I started, I connected the 50 amp outlet, and I've disconnected the battery as well. But obviously these cables here go directly from the battery to here, so I haven't disconnected the battery, which I should have done. So I'm going to go and disconnect the battery, and actually I want to get over the other side. So I've connected the shunt, which is basically it goes in the power line to power the monitor. So you have to have a shunt for that. It comes with it. So I have mounted the shunt here. It can take the positive directly from the positive lead of the battery, but you need to have the black lead going from the battery into the shunt, and then another wire from the shunt to the rest of the trailer. Bit annoying, if I'm honest. I thought it would come with everything, because there's no other way to install this without having that extra bit of wire, or even just the connections. So I need to actually stop now, and I need to go and buy the connector, the eyes connect, whatever it's called, I don't know. The eye thing, so that I can actually screw them on to the shunt. I have bought the connections, I have cut the cable. It's very difficult to do that behind here because I haven't taken this off completely, so there isn't much space. So I'm sorry I didn't video that. Also, not very good at it, so don't use this as a tutorial, but actually it turned out okay. So I've installed the shunt. I just put 2 screws into the bit of wood on the side here. I have cut the cable, and I put the 2 ends on the cable so that the shunt now sits right in the middle of the black cable that comes from the battery. And I have connected the live wire, the red wire from the back of the battery into the side of the shunt. And then finally it comes with a small like telephone cable. I don't know what it is, what size it is, and that goes from the shunt into the actual Victron monitor. So in theory, now all I have to do is go and hook up the battery and hope that I did it right, and then it should all work. Okay, right, I have plugged everything in. I put the battery in. I have just downloaded the Victron Connect app. I'm sorry, I'm sweating, it's really hot here. And I can see that it works. So that was incredibly easy. I downloaded the app, took me through a bit of a walkthrough, and then I turned Bluetooth on when it told me to, and then it automatically found the device, so I just clicked the device, it connected, and now it's running some updates, and then we'll go through the configuration. I don't like it when things go this easy. This never happens to me, apart from I had to go out and get those clips, so maybe that was my punishment for trying to do something. So okay, this is going well. So the app is up and running now. It says it's 100% charged. The voltage looks great. I haven't consumed anything. The only thing that worries me is that it says time remaining is infinite. So I won't put you through all of this, but I'm going to go through and see if I can find any settings. It does say in the instructions that you might need to do a little bit of setup. So I'm going to have a quick look at the settings. If I have to change anything, I will let you know. So if you've been paying attention, you might have spotted this beforehand. Thanks for not saying anything in the comments, by the way. But I'm such an idiot. Like a massive, huge idiot. Like there's other words I can use that I'm not going to say on here. So the only word I can think of is that I'm an idiot. So I'm glad, or I hope, that all of you are laughing at me right now for my unbelievable idiocy. It's a posh word, isn't it? Idiocy. So actually it's not that bad, right? And there was a bit of confusion. So I've put the shunt in and connected it to the battery disconnect, because obviously that's you know, the wire. That's the live wire, like the big red cable. That's away. The red cable is live, right? Okay, so, and the battery monitor specifically says put it on the negative wire, and I don't know what I was thinking. Like, I put it on the black wire that comes out of that. So in theory, there should be 2 red wires here to indicate that. That's my excuse. But why would a red wire and a black wire connect? Whatever. Like, I'm not an electrician or anything, but anyone knows that. So I've been an idiot, so I need to redo all this. I literally need to rip it all out. However, gonna be honest, it was a couple of days ago I did this, and I shut everything up because I got angry with it and realised my mistake, and I haven't been back. So I did buy some new cable. So what I need to do, I think I'm going to keep the location and then run the new cable, but in the meantime I'm going to take the other side off inside here, kind of get into it a bit before I start doing the electrics, and see what I can do on that side, see if I can get some space. I'm also considering moving the battery inside, because I don't think, now I've traced all the wires, I don't think it's going to be too bad. So anyway, feel free to comment idiot in the comments. That'll make me feel much better. Thanks. So they're right. There is a whole bunch of wasted space behind here with a few wires. So I think I'm gonna do something with this. And this is what it looks like without it. So it's only held on by maybe 2 or 3 screws. And then you can get right behind the water system over there, which is a cool thing to be able to see. Good news is there are 0 signs of leaks here. So well done, Grand Design. Nice work. Okay, so luckily I had a perfect scrap bit of wood. This is pressure treated, so it's a little bit heavier, but I'm literally using 12.5 inches as usual. I'm just going to go cut that up, screw it to the floor, make a bit more of a frame around, and then I'm going to relocate the battery into the storage bay. Now there's 2 advantages to that. One is it's not going to get stolen easily. Not that I've really heard of a battery getting stolen out of a trailer. I'm sure it's happened, but I don't think it's common. And the Battleborns are expensive. And the second thing is, these batteries don't charge below freezing, I think. And I normally keep the storage bay warmer than freezing, because that's where all the water is. So that is normally warmer than freezing. So it means that the battery will always charge. Okay, so that was pretty easy. I've got the frame in. Took me maybe half an hour. Maybe overdid it a little bit, but it's in there. The battery's held in place. I've put a little stopper bit here so the battery can't fly around. And yeah, so now I need to cut the side to get the side bit back on. And then run the cables from the front, feed them back through here, feed them into the battery, and then connect the monitor shunt to the negative cable, not the positive cable. Okay, so I've cut this down. I just threw it through my table saw. I'm a bad YouTuber, I forgot to video it, but you can imagine what it looks like. So now you can watch me and watch my reaction to when it doesn't fit, because I've cut it too short probably. Oh, it's gonna fit. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Okay. Right, let me get all this back on and then we'll throw this in. Sweet. Okay, I'm now under the trailer. The battery, this red cable here, went from over there up to here. So obviously I don't need that because the battery is now like right above where you are. So I have bought 15 feet of red cable, 15 feet of black cable, and the connectors for the ends. Really simple, it just connects to there. I thought it'd be a bit more complicated than that. So that goes into there, and then it goes up through the frame, and then that goes up through behind the Nautilus system, which is exactly where the battery is. So actually this has been very easy. Literally all I've had to do is take out this short bit of wire and then pretty much replace it. I didn't need longer than this. I didn't need 15 feet by the way, but I've used some of it. So that goes up through there and connects to the positive side of the battery. Now what I need to do is connect the black one from the battery over to the kill switch. No, I don't. That's wrong. So now all I need to do is connect the black cable from the battery, which is this one, connect that to the shunt for the Victron battery monitor, and then connect it to the frame here. So that's going to go from the battery, which is right above me, across to the other side to where the shunt is, and then back through and connect to the frame. So I'll probably bring that down over here somewhere. So I think I'm done. Just need to do some tidying up, but the battery is in. The red cable goes down to where it would have been connected from the front. I routed that underneath all the Nautilus stuff. This cable goes straight through, as you saw, and then that connects to the connector down by the front, which then goes to the kill switch and then through the whole system, which I didn't need to touch any of that. I've also ran the this black cable here. So this basically goes from the battery over to the shunt, which I wanted to keep over there because that's actually an easy access point. It's 2 screws and I can pull that off and get straight to the shunt, which then goes into the monitor. And then from there, that just connects straight to the frame. So that's how that works. And it's all looking good. So I'm going to go and plug in the Victron thing. I've double checked everything before I did this. I'm going to go plug the Victron in, make sure that works. Then I'm going to get some dinner, and then I'm going to tidy up, and maybe if I've got time I'll finish doing some stuff here. Very good. I'm very happy right now. So this is the view from the other side. you can see that, hold on, I'm not very good at this, am I? Hold on. So that's the battery. That's all the back panel of the Nautilus system. I've got some framing in here. This was the side that cut. This used to curve around and waste a whole bunch of space, so I cut that. I do have an offcut that I'm going to try and use for here as well, so I'll try and do that after I've eaten. This is the Victron Battery Monitor. Connects to my phone via Bluetooth. It's not wireless. So I'm going to plug this in into this cable. I'm still just dangling it over here for now because I'm not sure where I want to put this yet. I do want to put it in the trailer, but you have to drill a big hole for it. I'm not sure I want to do that quite yet, so I'm just going to leave it here for now. So let me just try and plug this in with one hand. So good with my hands right now. Oh, it's on. So it's working. So I'm going to open the app and show you what the app looks like again, and then just make sure that it's reading the battery right. Very cool. Not bad for about 7 hours work, of which maybe 2 hours of that was a waste of time because I'm an idiot. But good, cool, nice. Okay, so let's open the app. I renamed it Brazen Brits Bat. It's connecting. Nice. Okay, cool. Okay, you can see time remaining there is 10 days and 0 hours. Before, when it was connected to the red cable, that was infinite. Okay, the history, obviously there's no history, but that will be cool to look at in a few days. Okay, trends, this is cool. Now this seems to be live, so let me just flick this to amps, and now let me flick this to voltage. Okay, that makes sense. Cool, okay. Okay, so I have the offcut that I want to use for the new section that I built. This is too big, but actually I kind of want it to go, I think it's, so you can see here, that's the size I need, the large bit, but I'm thinking if I can just cut the board and keep the fabric on there, I can wrap it around the corner, which can give it a nice edge, and then when I put the other door on, I'll still have that nice edge there. Well, it all worked out well. I'm finished. I have a bit of tidying up to do. There's one little bit of wood over there that I can see behind the fabric is kind of bowing in the wall, and I'll show you. But overall, yeah, my idea worked. It went around that corner just nicely. I just need to figure out a door or something to put in there so that I can get to the water access. So I'd like to maybe put a hinged door or something. I don't have anything today to be able to do that with, so I can figure that out some other time, but everything works. I tested everything and it works. The Victron's working perfectly. Battery cutoff works fine. I've retightened everything. Here's something for you. When you're doing this, I noticed a lot of the screws underneath the trailer were not tight. That's all the electrical stuff. So I went around through everything and retightened it all because it was really loose. So if you ever have time, always check under the trailer. But very happy. It's good. Right, I'm going in to play video games now.